Okay, well, only time will tell. We are joined by motorsport royalty in a world champion, Mark Webber. Congratulations. I know we saw you yesterday, but for those of you who didn't watch yesterday, Mark, obviously world endurance champion, must feel pretty good.
Yeah, thanks very much. It was a great effort from Porsche. It's a tough battle against Audi to win the amount of races that we did and also get a 1-2 at Le Mans. Drivers' World Championship for Timo, Brendan and myself. So, yeah, it was a nice little result on the back of a pretty tricky year, but in the end, we've got the results quicker than we expected.
Yeah, certainly exciting end to the season. You've been keeping your eye on this lot this year. What do you make of it? Who stood out for you? Who's been your, drivers, and what have you thought of the young guys?
I think that, Lewis clearly deserves to be world champion. He's driven very, very well. The whole bulk of the championship, he's been pretty dominating, got a big role there in all conditions and got the measure of Nico. Nico is now back in the picture, but albeit a little bit too late, unfortunately, for all of us neutrals. And Seb's had a bit of a crack, but Ferrari haven't quite been in the window against Merc. But also you see the young guys coming through, particularly the two young Red Bull guys. I think are quite exciting. Young Max is awesome, and young Carlos. So I think that's good. We need that fresh blood coming in because they've got to test the establishment going along. Because these older guys aren't going to be there forever. We need these new young guys coming in to keep the excitement for the fans.
Good stuff. Are you up for a challenge? Because we'd like to put you to some work.
I'm up for a little bit of work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you like to give us a guided tour around your old garage behind us?
No worries.
We'll give you a camera. There you go. That's your camera there.
Let's go. Yeah. Well, here we are. It's about half an hour till the race starts, 35 minutes, but also 5 minutes before the pit lane opens. And we can see, as usual, it's a nice time for all the guests to arrive in the garage because everything's ready, and that's why we're here as well, because we want to have a good look around the cars. And the prep is now in its absolute final stages. Danny Kvyat's car here. You can just see, I'm still fascinated, having been away from Formula One for a few years, but you can still see the detail in this front wing here. Look at all the incredible front wing detail that we have for Adrian Newey, I suppose, front wing here. Adrian's still got a bit of love with this car, although it's not got the biggest engine in the back. It's still a beautiful chassis, and that's helped them still get some results this year. You can see the mechanics, all the work's done. Looks pretty relaxed in the garage. Danny's pretty relaxed. They've got the telemetry all gone through. The race strategy would have been done by now. They've gone through all that in the pre-race meetings, and that's very, very important. But I'm going to have a quick chat to Leroy. Leroy's #1 mechanic on this car. Leroy was my front-end bolty as well when I was here. So all the work's done here, mate. Out of park for May and really just giving it a bit of a massage, ready for the race?
Yes, mate. Polished. We've got all the bodywork tape on. She's ready to go. Just chilling the fuel now, trying to get the temperature down in there. Wait for the green light, and we can see how the race pans out.
Will you generally do 1 lap to the grid, 2 laps to the grid? We're going to expect to see him have, obviously, the pit exit here is a little bit different for practice start. So how does that affect you in terms of now getting to the grid, getting organised? What are the mechanics doing from here to then to the other side of the pit wall where organisation is really important as well?
So we just take our equipment with it, all the stuff you see with us in the car now, we'll take that to the grid. We'll make sure that when the car gets to the grid, it's cooled down. But we'll probably do 1 lap to the grid today, maybe.
Cool. All sounds very, very relaxed, aren't they, the guys? Interesting point about the fuel, getting the temperature down. There's a rule on that, how close they can get to the ambient conditions here, because cool fuel is very, very important for the performance of the car. So you can see that there. They're just playing the numbers on that now. And here we go. More and more guests coming to the garage. For the drivers, to be honest, for this, I wasn't a big fan of having all this in the build-up to the race. I just want to get my helmet on. You can see him getting ready down there now, young Danny Kvyat, balaclava on, race suit on. He won't have to focus too much on getting comfortable at this point in the car because he's just going to he's only going to be in it for a couple of minutes, but then when he gets in the car for the real time, in the race start, that's when he needs to take more time, getting ready to be in the cockpit, and the guys will make extra detail to get him comfortable for a long, 90-minute or 2-hour Grand Prix.
Utterly, utterly brilliant. Give that man a job. That was fantastic.